everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. Today I am going to be setting up our budget for February 2022. I'm going to be setting up paycheck budget 1 and 2. I usually like to do this before the Wednesday before my husband gets paid, because he actually finds out how much he's going to get paid on that Wednesday. But I want to go ahead and just set it up ahead of time and then just update it later on when I know how much he is going to be getting paid. So we are going to be filling this out. Or not we, I'm going to be filling this out. This is my biweekly spreadsheet template. The only thing I have pre-filled out on here is my monthly spending recap, because, and as well as my budget, my variable budgets, because this is what I use every single time. Unless something changes, I'll just add something on here or add it on here. But for the most part, these are our variable day-to-day expenses and budget categories. So just starting with the paycheck dates, let me not get ahead of myself over here. So we are getting paid on, I believe, the 4th and the 18th. Yeah. So I'm going to be looking back over here with my yearly budget overview, because I do have my bills all on here as well. I also have it on a calendar in front of me and on my phone too. So I'm probably going to just be referring back to this. So paycheck number 4 and 18. So let's put February 4th on here. The budget period is going to be from February 4th until the 17th, because the next paycheck budget is going to be on the 18th. So 2/18. And then I believe the budget period for that one is going to be until March 3rd, because the next paycheck will be on March 4th. So this one's going to be until March 3rd. Okay, so if everything goes according to plan, which it doesn't always happen, not exactly anyways. So I like to leave a cushion, or have a cushion in my budget, if we do not need to use this, like if we don't go over like on our bills or our variable expenses, we should have this amount left over. So it looks like we're fine. We're still kind of under our budget for our variable day-to-day expenses. And then we just still have a couple more bills, 2 more bills left to go in this paycheck budget. And looks like we'll be fine. So I'm just going to go ahead and put $300 as our starting balance. And then for my husband's paycheck, he did do a little bit of overtime, but he also used 2 kin care days. It's not a sick day, but a kin care day is where you're able to take days off, where if you have to take care of your family, if you have to stay home with the kids, or just anything that has to do with taking care of someone in your family. So he did take 2 days off, but those are, he said it was like 75% of his pay, so he's not going to get the full amount. So even though he worked overtime, he says to just budget based on his base pay, because he's probably not going to be getting that overtime money, or he will, but it's just those kin care days kind of balance it out, or balance it out somehow. I don't know. So yeah, we're going to be expecting base pay over here for him, which is about $2,300. And then I was looking at our bills for our seasonal bills. We do have our vehicle registration coming up for our Scion XB. It's due on the 26th. There's no smog check that needs to be done. It is $195. Instead of paying for it on the 18th, I'm going to go ahead and pay for it on the 4th, the paycheck number 1, just so we can have our registration sticker mailed out to us before then, so we can just put it on already. So I am going to be dipping into our sinking fund for that, for our vehicle fund, or from our vehicle fund. So I'm just going to put $195 on there. And then just moving on to our regular bills, I'm going to go ahead and put a cushion on here, and I'll just put the 4th. We usually do $300. And then I believe our laundry app, we usually pay $50 every other week. So let's see, I'm going to put pay range on Chase. Oops. And that's usually due on the 7th. Actually, we've been doing $50 every month. Lately, it seems like it's been every other week, because we've been doing a lot of laundry at the beginning of the year with all the kids' new clothes that they got and stuff. So That's due on the 7th. That's usually $50. And then we also have our electricity bill that's due on the 12th, but it's not going to be what I thought it was. I usually budget around $85, but we got the bill in my email and it was at $115. So I believe that's it for our bills. The rest of our bills is going to be in the second paycheck budget. So if you look over here, I have, where is it? Over here, I put down for next budget because I knew that this paycheck over here was going to be a little heftier on the bills. So I'm just going to go ahead and plan that out as well while we're here. And then for food, our variable day-to-day expenses, I'm just going to go ahead and copy that actually. So I'm going to use this here, this amount, and then I'm just going to paste it on. So it's going to be the same thing pretty much. I'm going to do the same here. I'll just look it over really quick. So food, 300, transportation, 130, household, 35, kids, 30, husband, 100, myself, 35, fun and events, 35, healthcare, 30, miscellaneous, 50. I actually want to increase the boys' allowance to, not allowance, their budget to 50 because we do need to get Valentine's Day things for their school. Oops. School Valentine's Day stuff. I should also pay for XB registration. Oh, that's what I need to put on here as well. So XB registration, I'm just going to put the 4th because I'll probably do that day of. I will most likely be transferring that seeking fund over that day or whenever I do the update on here, just so I can have that in the account. And I'm going to do 195. And I believe now that is it. So I'm okay with all of these amounts. And we still have $13.70 left over. I'm not going to put anything in our savings just yet until I see how much we might need to carry over to the second paycheck budget. So like I said earlier, with the starting balance, if everything goes according to plan here, we should have $300 left over. And then for my husband's paycheck, not sure if he's going to be doing overtime or not. So until I know that, I'm going to leave it at $2,300. And so cushion. Oh, you know what? For this paycheck, we should also put tax prep. This is the month where we usually get our taxes done. I also still have to do my business taxes, and maybe my tax guy can just work on my business taxes as well and try to figure out what I need. So we're going to go ahead and put that. We usually pay, I think it's like $125 for both of us. So it's 218. It's cushion. I'm going to do 300 again. And oh, we do have life insurance due on the 18th as well. That's my husband's. And then on the 19th is Netflix. I'm not sure if they've increased it yet. I do know they are going to be increasing it. Just don't know when. And then the next one is going to be my life insurance, which is on the 21st. And then, oh, cell phone is going to be a little higher because we did get our phones fixed. We are with AT&T, and we've been signed up for their insurance plan for any of our devices since way back when, since my husband worked for the company. And we finally got our phones fixed, and we did have to pay a deductible. I can't remember exactly how much it was, but our usual bill is $230, and I think it's going to be around $150. I can't remember. So it's $380. We are still debating. I think after this, my husband said, after we pay for it, let's just remove the insurance, because if anything else would happen to our phone, we could just dip into our emergency fund. We just need to take better care of our phones. So, and that's the plan for that. And what else is due here? Oh, the internet is on my husband's Capital One card, and that's due on the 21st. And that's $80. And then we also have Disney Plus, that's due on the 28th, and that one is $13.99, but I'm just going to put $14. And then we have Mercury insurance due at the end of the month, which is about $118.60, I think, but I'm just going to put $120. And the rent is due as well on the 1st, and I believe that's the last thing that's due. That's $13.95. Looking over here, we're at a negative $662, so we for sure have to add in at least $662 from the first paycheck budget. But what I'm going to do is, for next budget, I'm going to put 700 on there. We also have our sponsorship as well. It's usually every other payday we'll send money over. I'm going to do it in the first paycheck budget, and we usually do 130, so that's what I'm going to put. It looks like I think that's it. So for the second paycheck budget, if everything goes according to plan in this first one, we should have that $300 plus the $700 left over to carry into the next paycheck budget. So we should have $1,000 here. So we have 38 right here. I'm not going to put that into any savings for now. I'm going to wait to update that later when we get closer to the second paycheck budget. So we have $540 left over to put into our savings, and I believe I'm going to put it all or most of it into our Roth IRA, because we want to make sure we stay on track for sure with this one so that we can max it out. My husband says the sooner we max it out, the better. So I'm going to put 500 in there. And then for the 40, I might split it up between 2 accounts, which will probably be Hawaii, and then maybe fun and events, because we do have my son's birthday coming up in May and my husband's birthday in May as well, and then Mother's Day is in May as well. So maybe we can do those 3. So we'll do 500 here and then put 20 bucks in each of these. So 20 for Hawaii and then 20 for fun and events. And so that would be 540. And if my husband happens to get more than this, then we'll be able to put more money into all the other sinking funds that we have. Same thing for paycheck number 2. So that is pretty much it for the numbers for paycheck 1 and 2. What I'm gonna do right now really quick while I have this up is put our amounts in here in the monthly spending recap. So I'm gonna do that really quick. Okay, so I have all of my budget amounts here for the monthly total. I do want to make a note that for the transportation part, I know that for the most part, I like to add our variable day-to-day expenses here with the transportation. But since we have our vehicle registration due, I like to add that as well into the overall transportation expense for the month. So that's why this one looks a little higher, because it includes gas plus the vehicle registration. So yeah, so that is pretty much it. I like to make sure I have this, or I'm trying to be better at making sure this is here so that it doesn't take me as long. So I don't have to think about it later on when I'm closing out the budget, just to make it a little bit easier since I'm already here setting this up. So yeah, so that is pretty much it for this video. Hopefully you guys found this interesting. Let me know in the comments down below if you've already set up your February budget and what you use. Do you guys paper plan? Do you guys use a digital system? Do you use a spreadsheet? Or I know some people use YNAB. I think it's Mint. Is it Mint? I don't know. Is that the phone company? I'm not sure. But there's also EveryDollar as well. So yeah, just let me know down below if you guys already have your February budget all set up. And as always, you guys, thank you so much for watching, especially for watching till the end. And I'll talk to you in my next video. Have a good one, guys. Bye.